Welcome back to my channel, Incredible Friends. Today we're going to be making a card that is using a retiring stamp set called Flower Shop. If you haven't already picked this up, you have only a couple more weeks to get it, only through the end of May, and it's just been so fun playing with this one. This has kind of been a real staple in my collection, so I'm really going to miss it. But it is available, like I said, through the end of May. And I'm also using my sentiments today from the Happy Birthday Gorgeous. And this one is carrying over to the new catalog. So let's go ahead and get started with today's project. All the dimensions will be listed in the description below. I'm starting out with Lemon Lime Twist cardstock and a Whisper White panel for the inside. I've got a piece of Designer Series paper from the Picture Perfect Party, I think is what it's called. This is also, this is two-sided paper. It's gorgeous. It's been my absolute favorite from the Occasions catalog. And it is also retiring, so grab this while you can because you only have till the end of May to get this as well. I'm using a piece of basic black, a piece of the Berry Burst metallic ribbon, which is also retiring. I'm using a 2.5-inch circle. Well, first thing I'm going to do is go ahead and stamp my sentiment. This is a birthday card, so I'm going to go ahead and stamp my happy birthday in basic black ink. I'm going to go ahead and use my piercing mat here just because this is photopolymer stamp, so you don't have that cushion like you do with the rubber stamps or clear mount stamps. Stamping this towards the top of the circle, and you'll see why in a minute, but you want to stamp your sentiment towards the top. And don't be afraid to swap out whatever sentiment works for your occasion. Okay, so there I have my sentiment. I've got about 7 inches of ribbon here, and I'm going to center that in the middle of this basic black strip. I am going to place a mini glue dot on each end of the ribbon just to hold it when I attach it to the back of the cardstock. I'm going to center this. I can take my paper piercing tool and pick up another glue dot from here and place that in the center underneath this ribbon, and then that way the ribbon will kind of hold down a little bit. So the next thing I'm going to do is take my snail, and actually for this I'm going to go ahead and get my silicone mat out. It just makes life easier. If you don't have one of these, this is a staple in my craft room. I use it every time, just about every time I'm making a card. So let's put some snail down on that. And then I'm just going to place this lining up the bottom and the sides. Then I'm going to take this strip. I'll lay this down for a second because I'm not attaching it yet. I'm going to go ahead and cut. I'm going to want this to just show slightly beneath. So I'm going to go ahead and cut off the bottom. I'm going to go ahead and attach this down first with my snail. And then I'm going to attach this. And what I'm going to do next is take a scrap piece of paper, Whisper White. I am using the thick white for this right now. And I've already mounted my stamp from the Flower Shop set, and I'm just going to go ahead and ink it up and stamp. And I'm going to take my punch. It's a coordinating punch with this set. I'm going to line it up with the petals here and punch. I've got another one over here that I've already punched. I'm going to bring my silicone mat back in. With the Berry Burst cardstock, I just took a regular handheld hole punch and punched out 2 little circles. It was the perfect size for the center of these flowers. And using my silicone mat, just because it's easier, in case I get glue on it, it will just wipe right off. And I'm just going to attach that dot just to the center of the flower, set it aside and let it dry for a moment. So I'm going to do the same thing with this one. I'm going to go ahead and place some dimensionals on the back of my flower. And if you don't have dimensionals, that's fine. These are a staple in my craft room as well. But if you don't have the dimensionals, you can easily just use the snail on the back. It just means it won't have kind of that popped up effect. I'm going to go ahead and place that one right about there. And then place this one right there. I'm going to attach this to my card front. Love it. I love it. I love the colors in this one. So bright and cheerful. And we're not done yet. Could be done. If you don't have the jewels, that's fine. This is still, like I said, beautiful. I'm just adding a little bit of bling. Sometimes these things stick. They got little sticky stuff on the back of them. I'm going to pick up another one and put it on the center of this one. I'm going to pick up a little bit of a bigger one. These are all different sizes. So I'm going to put that right up there. And I like that. I'm going to leave it just like that. For the inside panel, I think I'm just going to use the party time on the inside. Again, I'm going to pull in my piercing mat just so I have that foam cushioning to get the best image on my stamp, or from my stamp. For the inside panel of my card, I'm going to stamp this flower in Berry Burst. Now, I'm not sure, excuse me, if it's going to be too dark. Sometimes this ink, so I'm going to stamp off first to see, no, actually that's okay. So I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to stamp one right there. I was debating on whether to do another flower in this lemon lime twist, but I think I like that just as it is. And if you wanted the center to be a different color, you could carry over the black from the outside. And to do that, I would just grab a black marker. You could also use a black like rhinestone, which I have as well, but since this is what I have that's easiest to grab, I'm just going to do a little black dot in the center, round it out a little bit. That's it. What do you think? Love it. And then on the envelope, I will also stamp the flower image as well, just so to carry the look throughout. I hope you enjoyed today's project. If you haven't already subscribed, I invite you to subscribe to my YouTube channel. After you hit the subscribe button, be sure and hit the bell next to it, and that way you'll get notifications every time that I post a video. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear who you plan to make this card for, and which of these is your favorite color, the lemon lime twist or the berry burst. Until next time, have an incredible day.